We are not native speakers in English, and our vocabulary is a little bit limited. So excuse us if we need a few seconds to find the right words in English. We are the board members of the non-commercial cultivation associations, and this is my colleague Per Bollmeyer, and my name is Seyhun Savaş. And thank you, Yoram, for your words, and maybe we can give you an inside view how it works with the cultivation associations, also known as cannabis social clubs here in Germany. The CAD is the umbrella organization for these cultivation associations, and we are founded in October 2023. Our memberships are the CSCs, and we have also supporting members who like cannabis and support us. And we are founded by a little group of people that are very committed to the legalization and for the safe use of cannabis in the recreational market. These are some members of our umbrella organizations, and from day to day it's getting more and more, and we're getting bigger and bigger. What are our goals and our tasks? We are promoting responsible, the legal, sustainable cannabis cultivation with the framework of the German legislation. We are representing the interests of our members on a national level, and also in the political and social discussions. We have to ensure that we have high quality standards in the cannabis cultivation, from seed to sell, and we have to be aware that we have the quality standards, like in not really, but like in medical uses. And how did we support our members? We give them knowledge and education. We have working groups. We did quality assurance. We did network and community works. And how we support our members with special informations, with monthly newsletters. We give them specific guidelines, and that's exclusive for our umbrella organization, that we give them SOPs. And they have checklists and can manage that in the operating on the operating ground. We also have a work group for addiction prevention, and this is one of the biggest points in our help for our members, because there must be a concept for addiction prevention and health care. We also asked for be in events, in trade fairs and forums and panel discussions like here. So these are the work groups in our umbrella organization. It's the community work group, the founding work groups, cultivation and procurement, addiction prevention and health, media and press, and the social policy. In the community, we organize regular meetings, workshops, and do everything that all our members can network and exchange informations about cultivations or problems they have in the operating processes. We help them with the founding issues. If they have any problems with legal restrictions or questions of them, we are helping them in the work groups. If there are any issues with the cultivation or some questions about cultivation, we help them too. We give them standard operating processes, the checklists to the hands, so that they can see if they are in the legal framework or not. The big point of our work is, like told in advance, the addiction prevention and the health protection, and we have to give to get a license. The clubs who want to get a license, they have to show the authorities an addiction prevention and health protection concept. Without this concept, it's not possible to get a license for every CSC. And in the work group Media and Press, we create monthly newsletters for our members and creating press releases and many more points. And with the social policy work group, there's our target to establish standard operating processes that helps our members, the cannabis social clubs. And there are many interfaces to reach the goals, and we speak with many involved parties. You see the federal government, many stakeholders, the publicity, and also the federal states, because it's not one federal state. We have 16 federal states here, and every federal state has its own authority to speak or get a license, or the cannabis social clubs have different speakers in the federal states. And the legal framework is very hard. We have many restrictions. We must act as a non-profit association or a growing or cultivation cooperative. The restriction is also we have no profit intention. And the prohibition of employees in the production, we have different various restrictions, and also there is a problem with the distance to daycare centers, schools, and playgrounds. And that's a problem because it's really difficult for a CSC or a cannabis social club to find a dispensary or a growing area. And the last point here in the sheet is every cannabis social club has maximum 500 members. It can't be more. And in bigger cities, that's a real problem. You see the red areas, that's not, in these red areas it's not allowed to have a cannabis social club or a growing area. So in Berlin, that's nearly impossible to get in place. And you see it in Frankfurt too, there are not many places. And we can't have a dispensary in the woods. So here's an overview how the structure of the clubs are. Here's every club has normally the board with the board members, and the other members are normally the consumers.
Thank you. I will take over. The tasks of the members are different. We have plant care, pest control, harvesting, processing, handing over with documentation really strictly, and of course education on every point. If we're looking into cultivation, the plant care is about selection of production, selection and procurement of seeds, sowing and germination, plant care, pest control and disease prevention, and growing and monitoring optimization does have environment control, plant training, nutrient management. On the harvesting, processing, determinate harvesting time, carry out harvesting, drying and curing, and the pest control and assurance, packing, documentation, member distribution. So there are advantages as a club. We have a cost-price principle, reputation, we have transparency and member involvement. On every process our members are involved. We are very democratically, so that's another point. We are very cost effective. We have to do it all by ourselves, so we can very produce by low costs. And that's even by less bureaucracy supported, and we don't have tax burden and the liability. Of course, there are disadvantages as association. We have, on the other point, bureaucracy afford. So from the law of the CanG, we have regular meetings to do. We always have to talk overall. We always have to make a decision in the group. And the transparency is always high. We have to set every part for the members transparent. So another disadvantage at the club is limited flexibility, financial restrictions, no professional perception. Yeah, we have limited incentives for skilled workers. We always work with voluntary workers, so the level is low. We have to educate them by ourselves. Here's a matrix, so you can get an overview of it, from cannabis flower to hashish to prevention, through procurement, finance, production and member support, always from top the board. And we have best practices, also called SOPs for every working part. In our working groups, we have cultivation and procurement. This group is focused on optimization, cultivation, and procurement processes in accordance with the legal requirements. And formation is another important work group. We support formation for new cannabis cultivation associations and promote this community building with it. So it's another one is the media press, where we do events like this and so on. We got a social policy and software working group. We're building handbooks for all our members. Big one, we call it manual, with comprehensive information on cultivation association. There are structures, recommendations for actions and templates from all our working groups inside. And every page is a useful tip for another member. For example, you can see how to crop a plant. The future of growing associations will be open until a few legalization is the legal source of THC only club, or you can go to a medical dispensary. The governments assume there are 3,000 clubs nationwide for almost 1.5 million consumers. We believe that's a big sign, it's a big goal. I hope we can do that. Our umbrella association is now about 20 associations big. And for a complete legalization, we need it on EU level. Single convention, you know it all, is the basic of these principles. 193 states are based on this drug policy, and we hope we can all accelerate with our clubs, decriminalization, destigmatization, just an accelerating process in Germany. So thank you for your time.